Karen Travers, also our legal contributor, Professor James Sample. All right, I have all three of you this time. So, Alex, let's talk about what could a payment like this from the DOJ look like to a sitting president, and if it is illegal, is this really going to happen?
I mean, it would look like something we've never before seen in American history, Kira. I mean, and the actual logistics of this are really unclear because this was stemming from two administrative claims that were filed by Trump while he was out of office in 2023 and 2024. And we understand that the active kind of pressure campaign that's going on is for the Justice Department to pay him $230 million to resolve those claims that allege that he was victimized by both the Russia investigation as well as former special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into his handling of classified documents. But the people who would have to sign off on this, as you mentioned in the intro, would be his Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, who formerly served as his defense attorney, and Stanley Woodward, who formerly served as his co-defendant in the classified documents case, Walt Nauda's defense attorney. And so what's unclear is whether this would even be disclosed publicly. We understand this administrative claims process is often kept under, not really made public. It is disclosed. The payment would probably be disclosed later to Congress in an annual report. But it's really unclear how we would really get to know that and whether lawmakers would have the ability to potentially object to that kind of money being paid out, and whether we'd learn whether any of these lawyers, these personal lawyers for Trump, were conflicted out of this. They said in a statement yesterday they would seek the advice of follow the advice of career officials here in the Justice Department. But it's worth noting, Kira, that they actually fired the top career ethics official in the department last July.
Yeah, the timing is interesting here. So, Karen, is the president saying anything about this as more people are learning about this potential payout?
Kira, the president was asked about this yesterday in the Oval Office, and at first he didn't seem to understand the questions, but then started talking at length about this and said they would probably owe me a lot of money. Didn't say exactly who they were, but he talked about how this would be strange, as he put it, a strange case where he would be deciding how much money he would get and the damages that he could potentially see from these cases. He said, did you ever have one of those cases where you have to decide how much you're paying yourself in damages? The president, Kira, though, said that he was very damaged by these cases and this process. He also said that if he were to get that money from the Justice Department, of course, his Justice Department, that he would potentially give it to charity, or he even said the White House. He also, though, said, Kira, that for the specifics of this, you'd have to talk to his lawyers.
Well, how about we talk to James Sample? Professor, is this illegal or not? Or is this just the president creating another headline? Can this really go somewhere?
This is crazy, Kira. I don't think that's a legal term of art, but this is crazy town. First of all, 4 steps. The underlying claims lack merit. His reputation was so damaged that he became the president of the United States again. That's crazy. Second, the Russia investigation yielded 37 indictments. The classified documents investigation did, in fact, find the documents that he said were not present at Mar-a-Lago when the FBI conducted a search that was signed off on by a federal judge who found probable cause for that search. He escaped the possibility of standing trial in the classified documents context because he won election. He escaped standing trial potentially or indictment potentially in the Russia investigation, not because Robert Mueller exonerated him, but because of a DOJ policy of not indicting a sitting president, which he was at the time. Even if the damages claims had merit, however, they are barred by sovereign immunity, and there are scenarios where the government can waive sovereign immunity. The statute under which he's filed these claims, the Federal Tort Claims Act, is a statute that in certain circumstances waives sovereign immunity, but not for discretionary activity of prosecutors. The claim of malicious prosecution is a discretionary choice on the part of the prosecutors. Third, even if you didn't have those earlier constraints, the judgment should be made by an independent third party, not the subordinates of the president who would stand to gain $230 million from the American taxpayers. And here, not only are the subordinates the ones who would make those decisions, but as you already mentioned, and as Alex mentioned, the individuals who are those subordinates were also involved in the underlying predicate factual investigations themselves. This is crazy.
All right, I think we just summed it up. And if he received $230 million, that could pay the $250 million for the renovation. Timing is interesting. I think you hit it on the head. Crazy town, and we've got to cover it. Karen Travers, Alex Mallon, James Sample, appreciate all three of you. Thank you. Missed paychecks, programs running out of money, and no end